Hello, we are in Taga's Oak Park. As a part of the Enable Conservation Tillage ECT project, we collected field population of grass wheat across country and tested for herbicide resistance. And if some population are resistant, the main aim is to see how resistant they are. We have collected a small number of suspect samples of blackgrass and Italian ryegrass across country and tested with the ACKs and ALS modes of action. The ACKs herbicides include Axial, Falcon and Status Ultra, whereas the ALS herbicide include Pacifica, Broadway Star and Monolith. Initially, these populations were screened at recommended field rates in this glasshouse, and the least sensitive populations were then tested with 0.25 to 8 times the recommended field rate of ACKs or ALS herbicides. After screening the blackgrass population, we have the most resistant population in front. This population is collected from one farmer's field, which is very different to this population which is collected from another farmer's field, and so on. These populations are tested with different dose rates to identify how resistant they are. The situation of blackgrass is quite complex. On one hand, we have the English origin of resistant population, and on the other hand, we have the native population which might be susceptible. The native population can also develop resistance if they have been treated with the blackgrass active herbicides, even though blackgrass is not a target weed. So initially, we screened a number of suspected resistant population, and we identified two populations that were resistant to ACKs and ALS herbicide. To begin with, to understand the level of resistance in these populations, we tested them with different dose rates of Falcon. In the first row, we got a susceptible population collected from meat, and they were treated with different dose rates from 0.25 to 8 times the recommended field rate. By the time you get into the recommended field rate, you can clearly see that this population were completely controlled by Falcon. Whereas this resistant population collected from Dublin, by the time you reach the recommended field rate, you don't see that much control with Falcon, and after the recommended field, even after the recommended field rate, the control is very inadequate, and this particular population is considered as moderately resistant. Whereas this population collected from meat, all the way down from 0.25 to 8 times the recommended field rate, there is not much different in the biomass production, and this particular population is regarded as highly resistant population. If growers wonder how these population will react to cereal herbicide, this population which is susceptible to Falcon is also susceptible to Pacifica and Monolith, whereas this resistant population collected from Dublin is highly resistant to Pacifica and Monolith, whereas this population collected from meat were very susceptible to Pacifica and Monolith. Again, it is very difficult to predict how a wheat population react to an herbicide. So we need to protect existing herbicide through an integrated weed management strategies.